Jacob, Joseph's father, also had a complicated childhood and family. He was a twin, and his brother Esau was born first between the two of them. We wouldn't think much about that today, except we might ask a set of twins which one was the oldest with a smile and a laugh. In our world, the minutes or hours that separate the birth of twins doesn't mean a whole lot. In the ancient world, though, it meant a whole lot, for the eldest son, whether older by years or minutes, was the chief inheritor of the family. The eldest son held all the power and the inheritance of the father. Esau was born first, and Jacob was born second. So Esau was his father's firstborn. Esau was going to get it all. However, with his mother's help, Jacob tricked his father Isaac out of Esau's birthright. Esau was hairy and wild, so Jacob came into his father's presence wearing a fur, trying to pass himself off as to Isaac as Esau. Isaac, who was practically blind at this point, was fooled by this stunt. Jacob, pretending to be Esau, asked for his father's blessing, the blessing of the firstborn, and Isaac, none the wiser, blessed Jacob as if he were the eldest son, verbally blessing him with that which was meant for his slightly older brother. When Esau returns and learns that Jacob has tricked him out of what was rightfully his, Esau is devastated. You can hear the pain and anguish of his cries. His father has no more blessing to give to Esau. Jacob flees, fearful of what his much stronger brother will do to him. Of course, then Jacob will be tricked himself by Laban into marrying the wrong girl. What goes around comes around, right? But then Jacob puts his own trickery on his uncle and father-in-law. As Jacob sets off to get his family away from Laban so that he can start off on his own, he makes a deal with Laban because for all the work that Jacob has given to Laban, he has a lot of children, but he has no wealth, no stuff of his own. So Jacob makes a deal with Laban that because he has fairly served as Laban's chief shepherd for all these years, Jacob will get every speckled lamb and goat from Laban's pastures. Laban agrees to this. But then Jacob uses some strange Near Eastern magic. He places canes of fresh wood in the water troughs of the mating and pregnant lambs and goats. And as they drank from this water with the wood, they all gave birth to spotted and speckled little baby lambs and goats. This act cheated Laban out of a lot of wealth, and Jacob hightailed it out of there with what they had agreed on, but what he had also defrauded him with. Again, just as there were all sorts of shenanigans between the wives of Jacob, there were also shenanigans between Jacob and his brother, and Jacob and his uncle slash father-in-law. This is no simple Sunday school story where everyone gets along, where everyone looks after everyone else, and everyone just hopes and prays for the best for everyone. No, these relationships are horribly dysfunctional. People are always tricking the other and trying to come out on top. And again, this is the perfect setup for what is to come in the story of Joseph. We're going to see some messed up things in the Joseph story, but knowing what comes prior should at least put those things in context. They didn't just come from nowhere. In fact, they seem to be far more the norm than the exception to the rule. And the fact that God's will is able to make it through this family and these relationships is truly miraculous. And I think that's kind of the point.